Hey guys, it's me, Whiskey Bloke, and I'm back for another damn good review. Right. Oh, I could do some whiskey. Oh, what a coincidence. Now, I know what you're thinking, you know, we've had enough of them, right? They should have stopped with the first two. And you're probably thinking, throw me the camera. But there's a reason I'm wearing this hat, and no, I'm not auditioning for Home Alone. Although I think I would be a good villain. The beard might help with that. But anyway, that's not the reason for the camera. The reason for the hat. I'm thinking of throwing me the camera again. The reason for the hat is simple. Free Glenfarclas bobble hat. Recommended retail price of $9.99 enclosed. So I bought this whiskey, but basically I've given a tenner for this hat, you know. And I'll tell you now, if this video were to review the hat, I'd be giving it 5 stars. Because not only does it increase the sex appeal of the person wearing it, but it also gives you a bobble on top. And it lets people know that you've drank a Glenfarclas whiskey because it's written on the hat. It keeps your ears warm. It fits on my head, which is good. I wasn't sure if it would. But yeah, there you have. It's been a while since I've done a video. The reason for that is because I've been struggling with tinnitus, and I did phone the tinnitus helpline, but it was no good because it just kept ringing. Anyway, Glenfarclas, 10-year-old. Oh, okay. Why? Well, because I haven't reviewed it yet, for one. Another reason is what's in this box here. I'll come to that in a second. And another reason is that at £33, roughly, give or take, who's selling it, depends, this is what I would call a bargain. And the reason I'd call it a bargain is because, well, let's not ruin it. Let's do the review and see what the end result is. So first things first. Step 1, pour the whiskey into a glass. I'd recommend you use a Capita or a Glencairn glass like so. I wouldn't recommend a tumbler. I wouldn't recommend a pint glass. I wouldn't recommend a mug. I wouldn't recommend a teacup or an espresso cup. I wouldn't recommend a wine glass. I wouldn't recommend a jug. I wouldn't recommend... Ooh, I'm stumped now. What else would I not recommend? A bowl. I'll stop there. I only recommend 2 for this particular. There are other glasses to have, you know, but I'm going to recommend those 2 for this video to keep it simple and to not waste time, because I hate it when people just go on and waste time. Anyway, colour. Look at that colour. Rather marvellous, if I don't say so myself. I would describe that as looking at straw. Okay, straw. I would say the straw colour. Light gold, bit of straw. Interesting to note that this is actually natural colour. You could probably already tell. But there you have it. And as per always, I'm accompanied by my whiskey coin, my fiddle stick, my square whiskey thing. What's that? It's not a square? Well, you're not here, I am, so I'll tell you what shape it is. But what we're going to do is we're going to review this. We're going to look at the palate, the nose, and then the finish, and a bit of some other stuff, but not necessarily in that order. So if you're sitting comfortably, I'll begin. First things first, remove the top. we'll start nosing this whiskey, and we'll do so rather gently. I recommend you nose this whiskey with your nose. It's quite sweet. There are honey notes, there's a bit of toffee in there. I want to say sherry. I won't say. I've done it before. You have to watch the video, find it. It's good. I got offered a lot of jobs after I sang. It's juicy. You notice that? Toffee, honey, sherry, juicy. It's a lot of E on the end of it, you know? It's creamy. Ooh, another one. And it's a bit malty as well, another E on the end of it. So we should call this one a nosy whiskey. Eh? Hat is restricting my... It's fine, I love this hat, it's great. Probably the best thing I've ever bought myself. This is coming in at 40%, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 40% for this whiskey. So let's have a look. The legs take a while to come down, which is nice. Everyone's different. You might not think it's nice, but I do. Seems to have spilled some. Don't worry about that. Waste not one up. Okay, palate time. Ooh. Okay. Most notable palate note for me would be the spicy taste that I get as soon as I'm pretty much pouring it into my palate. Bit of spice. It's sweet again, but I'd say the sweetness is similar to the sweetness on the nose, like the toffee notes. So I'm getting toffee as well. I want to have another sip. It's good. 33 quid. It's good with a free hat. With a free hat, it's amazing. 33 quid without a free hat is good. With a free hat, I mean, you want this hat, don't you? Well, it's mine, so whatever. There's a slight hint of smoke, ever so slight, but it's so smooth and creamy and oily. Fruitcake. I'm not calling you a fruitcake, I'm saying I'm picking up fruitcake, and I believe that's the first note I found without an E on the end of it. There is an E on the end of it, but like smoky and spicy and juicy and honey and toffee and all that. Fruitcake. I suppose I should say fruitcakey. It's fruitcakey. There you go. Very nice. And now what I would like to do is move on from the palate and move on to the finish. It's interesting to note that the spicy notes I was getting on the palate follow through for the finish. They are following there. It's a good length finish. I'd say it's a medium finish. It's still there now, actually, medium to long. Let's adjust that. Can we edit that, please? Can we change that to medium to long, anyone? Yeah? No? Okay, fine. We don't have the budget for it. What? Sorry. Yeah, medium to long for the finish. Feels fruity on the finish as well. It's nice. It's a good finish. I like that finish. Interesting to note, the Glenfarclas 10-year-old actually won bronze in 2014 for the Speyside International Wine and Spirit Competition. Bronze in Speyside is what I meant to say. International Wine and Spirit Competition. Bronze. That's pretty good going. 10-year-old. So, yeah. So for a 10-year-old, I have to say, in my opinion, this is great value for money. I actually would go so far as to say, if you had somebody who would say, I don't know, a bit snobby with their whiskey. Oh, I know the younger whiskies. I only drink the finer ones that are older and stuff like that. I would recommend you give this one to them blind. Stop. I'm not recommending you blind them. That's not what I just said. I'm not recommending you hurt them in any way. What I'm saying is they don't know what they're about to drink. They wouldn't put this as a 10-year-old. Definitely not. This doesn't taste like a 10-year-old whiskey. It's very drinkable. It's easy to enjoy, should I say. And for a 10-year-old with this kind of taste, I think it's great value. Around 30 quid, 33 quid. Free bobble hat. Did I say that? Yeah, I might have said, yeah, I did. I think it's a good whiskey. I'm quite enjoying this. So I'm going to finish that off. But before I do, I'm going to move that glass there. I'll move that there. And I'm just going to reach to the left, or depending where you're sat, the right. And I'm going to pick up a little box that I received in the post. And the reason I'm showing this box now, lovely packaging, that was really nicely thought out, it was quite protected. The reason I'm showing this box now is because it's related to this particular family of whiskey. I received this, very grateful by the way, beyond grateful actually. I would like to show my gratitude sometime. This is Glenfarclas 105. It's a vintage age, a 20-year-old. 60%. I've received that. Lovely handwriting. If I'd written on it, you wouldn't be able to read it. Glenfarclas 105, 22-year-old. 60% again. This one, there were only 3,600 bottles produced. Doesn't say for that one. And then this one, Glenfarclas 103 proof, 15-year-old. Is that 58.6%? And it was made for the Whisky Exchange, I believe it says there. I'd have to confirm the writing on that. So that's not the best. 3 little bits there for me to taste and review, in which I will be doing very, very soon. Got a slight backlog and a slight list I want to work through, but as soon as that's done, my lovely little gift will be tasted and enjoyed and reviewed. So that's all I've got time for. I've been Whiskey Bloke, you've been the audience. That's been Glenfarclas 10. And this here, all in all, with everybody here, has been another damn good review. I'll see you on the next video.